World-class detective Frankie D has returned to life thanks to the selfless sacrifice of his friend Stanley, better known as the Bandito. Stanley, regretting how he murdered Frankie D, risked everything to discover the new Spanish Empire's plans and gave his life to save Frankie D from the past, erasing himself in the process. But in the 6 years since Frankie D was killed by Tony, the new Spanish Empire had pressed their advantage and conquered the entire planet. Now Frankie D must assemble a group of extraordinary people to combat the new Spanish Empire and stop them from rewriting the very fabric of the universe. He has met with Philip, one of Stanley's contacts in the new Spanish Empire, to assemble this group of people. But Philip previously betrayed Stanley, and because of how Frankie D replaced Stanley in the timeline, that means he actually betrayed Frankie D. It's pretty confusing, so you should probably watch the Bandito 2, Stanley's Inquest, before this one. Thank you for agreeing to meet me again, Philip. But I'm still keeping my eye on you after you betrayed Stanley. Stanley's been dead 6 weeks. It was you I betrayed, and I already told you why. I wasn't sure if you could beat the Empire, so I needed to protect myself, but I had to give you that chance. You proved me wrong though. If anyone can defeat the new Spanish Empire, it's you. So I'm with you till the end, no more betrayals. I can't do this alone, so I'm glad to have some support. Did you look over the files I gave you? It's the Inquisition's list of people that could be a threat to them. I did, but I don't think we can count on help from any of them. Why not? If the Inquisition is looking for them, then they'd have reason to help us. Otherwise they'd have to hide all their lives or they'll get assassinated like Stanley. Right. Yeah. Like Stanley. I know his death is fresh, but you have to get yourself together and avenge him. You wouldn't understand. But you're right, we have to move forwards. These people though, I don't think they're in hiding. What makes you say that? Well, the first file talks about a terminally ill child in England that the Inquisition used to test their chemo dreams. But according to medical records from the hospital, he died of dysentery 4 months ago. Damn, well, what about that second file? She seemed promising. She does, but the events written in the file seem entirely fictional. A rogue video game character on a globe-trotting adventure to slay evildoers, an ascent to abstract dimensions? Sounds to me like the Inquisition was testing the limits of their reality-altering powers. Then maybe all is lost. But if the new Spanish Empire really can alter reality as you say, all we'd need to do is gain access to this crystal, then we could destroy them easily. Stanley's plan was to use the crystal to stop the Empire from acquiring the crystal in the first place. But it's obviously going to be kept under the highest security, and there's no way the two of us could break into a facility like that. Why did you save me, Stanley? You were the Bandito. Not me. You could have done this easily. Well, what about the other file? I swear I gave you 3. I don't think we can count on his help. Why not? I doubt he's a fan of the Empire if they're keeping an eye on him. Because it's John Quick. Oh, that makes this difficult. He willingly surrendered to the police when the new Spanish Empire took control, saying he'd rather be in prison than live under their regime. He even refused to leave when an officer tried to let him out, saying he wouldn't fight for the people who willingly lived under this regime. We should at the very least talk to him. At this point he may be our only hope. You go speak to him and I'll investigate where we can find the crystal. It's not a great plan, but it's all we've got. Godspeed, Frankie D. And to you, Philip. And so Frankie D returns to his old police chief to see what can be done about John Quick. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me, Chief. I know it's a big risk for you.
Damn right it is. What were you thinking breaking into an Inquisition office and hacking their computers?
It's complicated, but I promise I'm doing the right thing.
My wife said I was an idiot to trust you. But I do, so how can I help?
Thank you. I need Wick's help.
Impossible, you know he won't help anyone.
Just give me a chance to get through to him.
Fine, but I'll need to arrest you if you take too long. I'm not risking my life for this.
Understood. You won't regret this. John. Frankie D. You know me? I do, and I know why you're here. I can't stop the Empire without you, John. No one else is willing or able to fight against them. And why should I risk everything for people unwilling to fight for themselves? Because it's the right thing to do. You son of a bitch. Sounds like you've got company.
Frankie D, what are you doing here? Chief.
Julian. No! Stop him before he gets help. Julian, you need to calm down. I'm on your side.
No, you're not. You're wanted by the Inquisition. You're an enemy of the Empire.
The Empire is evil. Do you not remember how they invaded America? Women and children lay dead in the streets, all because of them.
What are you talking about? America willingly joined the Empire. And that was 10,000 years ago. How could I remember?
That's not what happened. What have they done to you?
Enough, traitor. I'll destroy you. For the Empire. Is this really all the great Frankie D can do?
I don't want to hurt you, Julian. Don't make me use the move.
Ha. You can't do the move. That's just a story.
I'm sorry, Julian. But you leave me no choice.
No.
I do what I have to. For Stanley. For Tony. So the legends are true. You know the move. How long were you there? Couldn't you have helped? I could have. But you didn't need it. I needed to see how you'd fight, if you'd do whatever was needed to win. Well, now my coworker is dead. You could have knocked him out or something. So could you. You didn't have to use the move. You could have beaten him easily in a fair fight. But you didn't because you know the same thing I do. We're all dead if the Empire gets their way. And we need to do whatever it takes to stop them. There's a line, John. A line we should never have to cross. I've stood on the edge of that line more times than I care to count. But I always cross it. Because I know our enemies wouldn't hesitate for a second. Then how are we any different from them? Because when we cross that line, it's the right thing to do. You son of a bitch. You've proved yourself, Frankie D. I'm with you till the end. I've got to hide out. We can take Julian's car. He won't be needing it. One thing doesn't make sense though. When I confronted Julian, he said the new Spanish Empire had ruled for 10,000 years, and that their world domination had been peaceful. It was, at least as far as everyone here is concerned. What do you mean? Surely you know about how the Empire wants to rewrite history. Well, they've already started. Impossible! I can remember the invasion so clearly. If they changed history, I wouldn't be able to. But you weren't actually there, were you, Frankie D? That was Stanley. You're a man out of time, unaffected by their changes. That's why we need you to stop them. That's why you're our only hope. And how come you haven't been affected? I'm John Wick. Yeah, that makes sense. Returning to the hideout, Frankie D and John Wick discuss the plan. So, let me get this straight. Our last hope is an old man, who's betrayed you once already, telling us where the Empire's most valuable asset is so we can just walk in and take it? If you've got a better plan, I'd love to hear it. The sad thing is, I don't. I don't know what's sadder. The fact we're probably going to fail, or the fact your friend might kick down that door any second with an army of Inquisitors, and we'll die before we even get the chance. I don't trust Philip either, but if he really is on our side, then having someone in the Inquisition will be game-changing, even if he is only an IT guy. He gave you information about me though, that's something I guess. I already knew where you were from my police contacts, and the other people he's told me about are useless. We'd need to use the crystal to get their help, and once we've got that, we don't need them anymore. Well, don't forget about them. We don't know how this ends yet. True enough. What was that? Someone's coming. Get ready.
Wait, Frankie D. It's just me.
Chief. What the hell are you doing here?
I was sent here with a message from the Inquisition. They found out I helped you and forced me into this.
Tell us this message and give us one reason not to kill you.
They wanted me to tell you that they know your plan and they find it laughable.
I knew we couldn't trust Philip. Hold on a second, John. Chief, did Philip betray us?
They caught him going through the databases and took him for interrogation. That's how they knew about your hideout and your plan that led them to me.
Damn them. Now we need to get him out of there.
There was a second part to the message.
Go on then. Let's hear it.
They find your plan so comical. They invited you to try it. The crystal is held at the Imperial Artifact Repository, a secret facility in Gibraltar. The Inquisitor himself will be there, and he'll have Philip with him. They wanted me to give you these plane tickets so you can get there.
This is madness. They're just inviting us to take the crystal. It's obviously a trap. They can't seriously think we'll fall for this. We have to come up with a new plan. We've got all the time in the world. We just need a new base.
They thought you might say that. So they wanted to force your hand.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Frankie D. Please do the right thing. For my wife's sake.
Instant the chief exploded. Frankie D and John dive for cover, but Frankie D is thrown against a wall and knocked out cold.
What the? Hey you, you're finally awake. What happened? I remember, Chief. Then, an explosion. The chief had a bomb planted inside her. We only just survived, but the hideout is wrecked, so I dragged you out of there. I'm sorry, Chief. Never should have dragged you into this. Thanks for getting me out of there. Guess we need to find somewhere to lay low. Think out another plan. Don't think laying low is an option right now. I tried to get us into my safe house, but the Inquisition beat us there. They're following us as well. 2 unmarked cars have been tailing us since I left there. They're trying to scare us, force us into their trap. So this is it then. We're dead no matter what we do. I knew this whole mission was doomed. Never should have left that prison cell. It's not over yet. Get us to the airport. What good's that gonna do? They'll just shoot the plane down. Not if we use those tickets the chief gave us. And walk right into their trap. I won't give them the satisfaction. If we're dead either way, then we might as well go for it. This could be the last chance anyone ever has. I'd rather go to a bar, get shit-faced, and leave with a bullet in the back of my skull. Why should we even try? It's not like we've got a chance. Because it's the right thing to do. You son of a bitch.
With John Wick convinced, the pair head off to catch their flight to destiny.
Do you ever wonder how we got here? How the new Spanish Empire could defeat us so easily? I think about that every day. About how even when the end was coming, the world still refused to stand together. That is why we lost Frankie D, because everyone thought they could win this fight alone. At the time I agreed with them. I thought I could destroy an empire by myself. I was an idiot to think that. And I'm glad I won't end this fight alone. Thank you for giving me this chance, Frankie D. Thank you for reminding me why we fight. And thank you for being here. With these injuries I'd have no chance on my own, but together we might just have this. I only wish it hadn't come to this. I spent 6 years recovering from my encounter with Tony, but I should have been out there fighting. We might have had more time. We might have been able to build a bigger resistance. Even with those 6 years of recovery, you still lost to the Bandito easily. He was nothing compared to the Inquisitor. And the Emperor might just be the most powerful thing in the universe. I fear that no matter how early you acted, the outcome would have been the same. There's no point wondering what could have been. Focus on what has been, and the sacrifices that were made, so that you can decide what will be. You're right. I just can't help but wonder why Stanley even helped me recover. He spent 6 years helping me become stronger and better than I had ever been before. He even taught me the move, just to kill me at the end of it all and resurrect me a week later. Perhaps he didn't want to kill you? Maybe deep down he was hoping you could beat him. A part of him knew someone had to stop the Empire, and he knew that you would be our best shot. It may seem like you are weaker than him, Frankie D, but I see potential in you. Potential that may not manifest in raw power, but potential that when used correctly may still turn the tide of this war in our favor. But you must promise me, Frankie D, promise me that you will do whatever it takes to win this war. No matter what it costs you, or anyone else. If you have to cross that line, you will do it without a moment's thought. I promise I will do whatever I can to win this war, but there are still lines I won't cross. If there is any hope for humanity, then we must beat the Emperor, without resorting to the evil that he revels in. Sigh. Very well, I suppose that's the best I can hope for. No matter, we're landing soon. I hope you're ready for this. I always am. That's a lot of guards. Are you alright, Frankie D? I'm okay. Just need to catch my breath. You're still hurt from the explosion. It's alright, friend. I can take it from here. You just make sure no one followed us. I'm fine. I'm not just going to sit here and let you fight the Inquisitor alone. In this state, you'll just slow me down. If you get on that terminal, you can hack into their systems and we can turn their defenses against them. But I can't hack. That was always Stanley's thing. But you replaced him in the timeline, right? There's more of the Bandito in you than you realize. Sigh. Alright. I'll try. Let's finish this. I'll see you on the other side. Alright. Let's try this. What the? I did it. I'm in. John, can you hear me? Loud and clear. I knew you could do it, Frankie D. I guess you were right, part of Stanley lives on in me. Anyway, I've got a map here. Looks like Philip's being kept in a room not far from you. I can't see where the crystal is, but I'll keep looking. Alright, I'll grab him, then we'll head for the crystal. Watch out. Guards incoming.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Frankie D. There's too many of them. I'm working on it.
Beat boop. Combat protocols rerouted. John Wick, designated. Friend, must protect. Inquisition guard, designated. Enemy, must destroy.
What the hell? He's turned the cleaning robots against us.
Keep fighting, John. They've got your back.
Beat boop. Die, you imperial swine. Beat boop. The revolution has begun. Beat boop. Fight now, brothers and sisters. For John friend. For Frankie D friend.
Fall back. Fall back.
Thanks for the help there. Don't know what would have happened without your help.
Beat boop. The only thanks that needs to be given is to you, John friend, and Frankie D friend, for freeing us. Beat boop. Now go accomplish your tasks. We will deal with the guards.
Thank you.
Beat boop. Thanks acknowledged, and returned.
So I guess you're Philip. Huh. Who are you? I'm John Wick. Come on, let's get you out of this machine and back to Frankie D. Huh. No. You fell for their trap. How could you? It was better than doing nothing and dying anyway. Besides, we got this far no problem. No. Run.
Intruder detected. Initiating facility lockdown.
John. Can you hear me? They're scrambling communications. I can hear you. Philip's trapped in some weird machine. Can you get him out? I could, but it's no use. It's some kind of prototype chemo dream machine. He's basically dead already. I'm sorry. They used me. It's okay, Philip. You did all you could. Tell Frankie D. I'm sorry. He knows Philip. He knows. Frankie D. Philip's dead. Please tell me you found the crystal at least. Sigh. It's not here. The machine's connected remotely. I think I can reverse the lockdown though. Let's get out of. What the? Well, looks like the flies have gotten stuck in our web. Inquisitor, I thought you promised to be here. Too cowardly to talk face to face? Well, I'm here now, aren't I? Besides, if I was there then I'd die in the explosion. And I'm sure you wouldn't want that. What's he talking about? What explode?
Facility compromised. Self-destruct program engaged.
John, I can't stop it. We've got to leave now. Oh, don't hurry yourselves. That facility is powered by a nuclear core. In just a few short minutes Gibraltar will be nothing but a crater. There's no way you can escape the blast. Fuck. Alright, you've won. Is that what you wanted to hear? Just go ahead and kill us already. Oh, I know we've won. We did that before you even got here. We used Philip's chemo dream to kill those other people he told you about, and if you didn't fall for our trap we'd have used him to kill you both too. You used his chemo dream. Wait a second. John, we can use the machine to have our own chemo dream. I can't do much with it from here, but I can piggyback off of Philip's chemo dream. I'm programming it to save those other people and get us out of here. We just need someone to plug into the machine. Go find a guard and drag him in there. Oh, this is great. You really think you can bypass the machine's security? Impossible! There's no time to find a guard, Frankie D. They've all been killed or chased off by the robots. It's our only chance, John. You have to find someone. Alright, Frankie D, I've got someone. Already? I knew you could do it. Alright, just lock them into the machine and attach the IV bags. I'll handle the rest. Oof. Alright. It's done. Okay, just give me a... Hold on a second. John, these are your vitals. Did you put yourself in the machine? I did. It's the only way, Frankie D. I know I'll die, but at least this way you'll get out of here. I can save those other heroes, and together you'll be able to stop the Inquisitor. I was just slowing you down anyway. God damn it, John, no. There has to be another way. There isn't. Besides, I've already injected the IV bag. I'm dead anyway, you have to activate the machine. You're right. Activating it now. Why the hell are you making me do this? Because it's the right thing to do. You son of a bitch.
Crystal connection established. Initiating pre-programmed chemo dream.
Looks like this is it. I'll do my part, you take it from there. See you on the other side, Frankie D. I'll see you there, John, quick.
Chemo dream starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I hope that worked. Now I just need to use the last of it to get out of here. What? Impossible. There was nothing in your profile about any hacking ability. The only person who could have done that was your idiot friend. You can't be Frankie D. Who the hell are you? Isn't it obvious?
Self-destruct sequence accelerated. Detonation imminent.
I'm the Bandito. You did your part, John. You saved those people. I managed to make contact with them, but I still need to find a way to bring them here. I'll figure it out though. For you, John, for Tony, and for Stanley. I am the Bandito, and I've got a world to save. Frankie D, Donald Sentry, and the Hentai Girl will return. My lord, I bring dire news. Frankie D escaped, and we believe he made contact with the others.
As expected. Do not worry yourself, Inquisitor. Let these heroes think they stand a chance. Let them think they can challenge our ambitions. My empire is eternal. My purpose is greater. And soon, they will see the light. Or they shall be burned by it.